You are listening to the Blue Jay Print Podcast. I'm your host, Blue Jay, and I'm so happy that you have chosen to join me today. So grab that cup of coffee and let me help you design the blueprint for your life so you can live optimally and soar through life feeling better than you ever have before. This week on the Blue Jay Print Podcast, we will be reviewing an article from one of my favorite authors, Shawn Stevenson. I first heard about Shawn on Instagram, where he was live with one of my favorite doctors introducing his book, Eat Smarter. I went right to Amazon, bought the book, Eat Smarter, and read it through a couple of times. I then joined their Eat Smarter Facebook community, got to know a lot of like-minded individuals in the nutrition world. But Shawn Stevenson also has wrote a book called Sleep Smarter, and most recently just came out with his new Eat Smarter cookbook that I was actually a part of their team before the cookbook released, and was able to try all different types of recipes from the Eat Smarter cookbook. This week, we will be reviewing one of the articles that he has on his blog. Shawn also has his own podcast called The Model Health Show. And this article that we will be reviewing is called Sleep Problems, 21 Tips to Get the Best Sleep Ever. I'm really excited for this episode of our podcast, but before we begin, Little Blue Jay, take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mom. Today, I have a good morning wake up. Like sleeping is really good for you. And also, I have to get ready for school today. But first, I feel like a dance party. Let's get my slippers on, and then we'll do it. I'm getting ready. 3, 2, 1. I feel like crazy before school. Oh no! Well, here, let's read a book to calm me down. Which one? There's so many you choose. I choose this one. Polar bear, what do you hear? That's the book I choose. Before bed. I love this book so much. And don't forget, you may cuddle with a snuggle buddy. And if you have this book, read along with me if you have it at home. Polar bear, what do you hear? Polar bear, what do you hear? I hear a lion roaring in my ear. Turn to the next page. Lion, what do you hear? I hear a hippopotamus snorting in my ear. Hippopotamus, what do you hear? I hear a flamingo flapping in my ear. Flamingo, what do you hear? I hear a zebra. Okay, I'm done. Well, I couldn't have time to finish the whole book because I have school. I have to get ready for school. Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you, Little Blue Jay Magic. We absolutely love when she joins me. It's a very special time, and this is something we can do together. So I really appreciate her little segments in the Blue Jay Print Podcast. Now let's get started reading through this article titled Sleep Problems, 21 Tips to Get the Best Sleep Ever. All right. Nothing quite like getting a good night's sleep. Waking up refreshed, energized, and ready to take on the world is the ideal feeling that we all would love to have. The challenge is that in our modern society, millions of people are chronically sleep deprived and suffering the deleterious effects of having low quality sleep. Sleep deprivation effects are not pretty either. Try immune system failure, diabetes, cancer, obesity, depression, and memory loss, just to name a few. Most people don't realize that their continuous sleep problems are also a catalyst for the diseases and appearance issues they're dealing with. Studies have shown that just one night of being sleep deprived can make you as insulin resistant as a type 2 diabetic. Isn't that wild? This translates directly to aging faster and storing more body fat than you want to. Please say it ain't so. Now stretch that over weeks and months and years, and you can start to see why lack of sleep can be such a huge problem. A study published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal showed that sleep deprivation is directly related to an inability to lose weight. Test subjects were put on the same exercise and diet program, but those who were in sleep deprivation group less than 6 hours per night consistently lost less weight and body fat than the control group who slept 8+ hours a night. There are several other studies showing sleep deprivation encouraging cancer, Alzheimer's, and depression. But what I want to focus on for you today is what you can do to radically improve your sleep starting tonight and avoid these chronic issues in the first place. Sound good? A pioneer and leading authority on sleep research, Dr. William Dement, said, "You're not healthy unless your sleep is healthy." Nothing could be more true. And these 21 tips are going to help you get great sleep for many years to come. All right, now let's get started with number 1. Know the value of sleep. This one is a little unordinary, but it's probably the most important. Many people are negligent about getting enough sleep because they truly don't understand the benefits they're getting from it. So what is sleep and why is it important? Well, defining sleep is a lot like trying to define life. Not one completely understands it. And if you try to explain it, you're more likely to sound like Forrest Gump than a world-renowned scholar. Life is like a box of chocolates. Sleep is like pretending to be dead. Sleep is actually defined as a natural, periodic state of rest for the mind and body, in which the eyes usually close so that there is a decrease in bodily movement and responsiveness to external stimuli. That sounds a little weird, but the most important takeaway is that it's a natural, periodic state of rest for the mind and body. If you're not doing it, then you're being completely unnatural. And nobody likes unnatural people. What's more important is knowing the big prizes that sleep gives you. Generally, being awake is catabolic, breaks you down. And sleep is anabolic, builds you up. Sleep is actually an elevated anabolic state, heightening the growth and rejuvenation of the immune, skeletal, and muscular systems. Basically, sleep rebuilds you and keeps you youthful. High-quality sleep fortifies your immune system, balances your hormones, boosts your metabolism, increases physical energy, and improves the function of your brain. With all of the essential benefits that sleep is giving you, you will never, I repeat, never have the body and life you want without giving your body the right amount of sleep. All right, here's number 2. Get more sunlight during the day. One of the most vital things that induces great sleep is your body's natural secretion of a hormone called melatonin. We've heard of it. Melatonin is produced by the pineal gland in your brain and sends a signal to regulate the sleep-wake cycle in your body. The production and secretion of melatonin is powerfully affected by light exposure. Sunlight provides the natural spectrum of light that we need to help coordinate the cycle of melatonin production. Get more light during the day, less light at night, and you're on your way to having a magic sleep formula. All right, number 3, avoid the screen. This is likely the number 1 thing you can do to improve your sleep quality immediately. The artificial blue light emitted by electronic screens trigger your body to produce more daytime hormones like cortisol and disorient your body's natural preparation for sleep. Computers, iPads, televisions, smartphones, etc. are kicking out a sleep-sucking blue spectrum of light that can give you major sleep problems. Have you ever driven down your neighborhood street at night and seen the majestic blue light beaming out of people's windows? You're either like, A, I wonder what they're watching, or B, I wonder if they're getting abducted by aliens. If you want to give your body the deep sleep it needs, make it a mandate to turn off all screens a full hour before bedtime. If you ignore this and continue to have problems sleeping, I promise you, Jimmy Kimmel is not going to pay your hospital bills. Number 4, use a blue light blocker. Extenuating circumstances come up and you may need to be on the computer later than you want. This is where cool advancements in technology can come in to help smooth things out. On my Mac, I have a free application called Flux, and it's spelled F.LUX. That automatically eliminates all of the problematic blue light from my computer screen at a certain time each day. You can get a similar thing for your smartphone too. Again, the best solution is to shut down the technology at least an hour before bed if you're serious about getting great sleep. But this is a tool you can use that can definitely help you out along the way. Number 5, have a caffeine curfew. Caffeine is a powerful nervous system stimulant. If your nervous system is lit up, you can forget about getting high quality sleep. Set an unbreakable curfew stop time to make sure that your body has time to remove it from your system. For most people, it's generally going to be before 4 p.m. But if you're really sensitive to caffeine, you might want to make your curfew even earlier or possibly avoid caffeine altogether. I've actually been doing this for a while, and noon is my caffeine curfew. Number 6, be cool. I remember that during ridiculously hot summers, my parents would turn the air conditioner up to save on the utility bill. Well, I can tell you that I sweated off a lot of pounds those summers tossing and turning in my bed upstairs. Oh, and heat rises, by the way. Trying to sleep through the heat. Something called thermoregulation strongly influences your body's sleep cycles. When it's time for your body to rest, there is an automatic drop in your core body temperature to help initiate sleep. If the temperature in your environment stays too high, then it can be a bit of a physiological challenge for your body to get into the ideal state for restful sleep. Studies have found that the ideal room temperature for sleep is around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything above 75 or 54 will likely cause some difficulty sleeping. Number 7, go to bed at the right time. This is key. You can literally get amplified benefits of sleep by sleeping at the right hours. It's been shown that humans get the most significant hormonal secretions and recovery by sleeping during the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. This is what I call money time. You get the most rejuvenating effects during this time, and any sleep that you get in addition is a bonus. This is based on the seemingly lost realization that we humans are a part of nature. And when the lights go out on the planet, that's a cue from the universe that it's time for us to turn down too. Today, however, we can trump nature and light up our houses like Las Vegas. Newsflash, that is abnormal. We are literally designed to go to sleep when it gets dark. So if you made a habit of ignoring this innate law, it's time to take action to readjust. Number 8, use a high-quality magnesium. Magnesium is a bona fide anti-stress mineral. It helps optimize circulation and blood pressure, balance your blood sugar, relax tense muscles, reduce pain, and calm the nervous system. Yet, because it has so many functions, it tends to get depleted from our bodies rather fast. Magnesium deficiency is likely the number 1 mineral deficiency in our world today. And getting your magnesium levels up can almost instantly reduce your body's stress load and improve the quality of your sleep. Because a large percentage of magnesium is lost in the digestive process, the ideal form of magnesium is transdermal from a supercritical extract. You can find more info on right here, benefits of magnesium. And I will be putting a link to this article in our show notes. So be sure to click on it and you can find all of the links that they mention in the article. Quality is everything, and taking too much of a low-budget internal magnesium supplement can have you sprinting to the bathroom. If you want to get the insider info on how to get your magnesium levels up, make sure to check out this post. Number 9, get it blacked out. It's a well-established fact that we sleep better in a dark environment. Just check out this epic book, Lights Out, Sleep, Sugar, and Survival. But yet, so many people aren't taking full advantage of this. Having light sources of any type in your bedroom can disrupt your sleep patterns. And even using an eye mask is not going to be 100% effective for most people. Did you know that your skin actually has receptors and can pick up light? If there's light in your bedroom, your body is picking it up and sending messages to your brain and organs that can interfere with your sleep. The best solution is black it out. Get some of the now popular blackout curtains that are available from most retailers. And get any other sources of nonstop light out of your room too. Do this one tonight, and I promise you that you'll thank me for it tomorrow. Sleep experts suggest that your room be so dark that you can't see your hand in front of your face. I grew up with freaking night lights, so this was a really big step for me. Personally, this is the one thing that instantly had a beneficial impact on my sleep. I blacked out my bedroom and have been getting the best sleep of my life ever since. Number 10, create a sleep sanctuary. If getting rejuvenating sleep is a high priority for you, then you need to take some essential actions to treat it as such. The bedroom should be for two things primarily. Number 1, sleep, and number 2, we'll get to in just a moment. Stop making your bedroom the entertainment hub of your house and never bring work to bed with you. Humans are creatures of habit and habitat. My 1-year-old son knows that when we go into his bedroom at night, good sleep is about to go down. He actually gets upset if he can't get into his bed to go to sleep right away. Crazy, right? If you create the environment where miscellaneous activities can take place in your sleep area, you are not creating a neuro association that it's time to sleep when you go in here. You may think that you are a big grown-up adult, but we are all just supersized babies with the same basic programming. Make your bedroom a sacred place where peace, calm, and relaxation are overflowing. When you walk into a sleep sanctuary, it'll be easy to peacefully drift off to your big dreams. All right, number 11. I'm just going to be speaking a little bit on the benefits. Number 11, having a big O. This tip talks about the health benefits of any sexual pleasure, specifically the rush of relaxing hormones and endorphins that you release. Now I'm just going to move on. You can read the full tip in the show notes below. I'm going to move on to number 12. Number 12, train hard but smart. I had a client a few years back that moved here from France to go to college. He came to work with me in the gym and had some very specific physical goals that he wanted to achieve. After doing an analysis, I found out that he had a sleeping disorder for about 8 years. He typically didn't sleep more than 4 hours a night, and he was diagnosed with clinical insomnia. I can tell you it was written all over his face and body. I said to him, I can kick your all day in the gym, but you'll never get the body you want until you get this sleep component in order. He was reluctant to want to focus on it because it's been so difficult with him in the past, but he agreed to try a few of my suggestions, and the rest, as the French say, was history. Instead of the long duration cardio he used to do, I banned him from cardio temporarily. We focused on heavy, superset style strength training. His workouts were short but intense, and within days, everything changed. He came in to see me about a week after he started training with me and said, I don't know what you did, but I slept like a baby. Remember, it was a French accent. Oh, bébé. Bébé. I made sure that he didn't train after 5 p.m. anymore. I helped him reset his circadian rhythms with a few other tactics, and his life was changed forever. I love hearing stories like that. Number 13, get your friends out of your room. Have you heard of EMFs before? This means electromagnetic fields or electromagnetic noise. Numerous studies have confirmed that the EMFs coming from our everyday electronic devices can cause disruption of communication between the cells in our body. This means you can have everything from hormonal problems to cancer showing up by being exposed to these things too long. And even knowing this, so many people whine and moan when they find out they need to get these devices out of their bedroom to protect themselves. People hang on to their phones and electronic devices like they are their best friend in the whole world. They act like they're going to fall out and die if they don't have their cell phone within texting distance. Trust me, you'll live. And if you don't pay attention to this, all the rest of your years are not going to be very fun. Get the electronics out of your room. If sleep is important to you, then you'll do this. If being healthy and not having a chronic disease is important to you, then you'll do this. Televisions, laptops, cell phones, and all of these things are kicking out radiation and disrupting your sleep. Have your entertainment in the entertainment area of your home. Keep your bedroom reserved for sleep and sex. Really? People still watch TV in their bed? Really? Come on, people. That's sleep suicide. And I guarantee that you're going to have reality TV stars giving you bad dreams. I've been guilty of that, for sure. Number 14, have a high protein, low carb snack close to bed. If you want to get truly restful sleep, one of the worst things you can do is eat right before bed. Give your body a solid 90 minutes, more is better, before heading off to bed after eating. This is especially true if you're eating carbs because the inherent blood sugar spike that will cause a sharp drop in blood sugar later. And if you happen to be asleep when this hypoglycemia hits, it will likely wake you up and give you difficulties falling back to sleep. If you feel you need to have something shortly before bed, again, at least 90 minutes, then go with a high protein food. The amino acids in protein food, like tryptophan, can actually aid in getting a more beneficial sleep. All right, number 15, no glove, no love for your feet. Feet. Even though the room temperature would ideally be cooler to induce great sleep, some people can trigger sleeplessness because of their extremities are too cold. This is because blood flow is the primary method of disturbing heat throughout the body. If your hands and feet are too cold, it could be a sign of poor circulation. The solution? Wear a pair of warm socks to bed, aka foot gloves or foot mittens. I personally prefer to be barefoot, but I'm naturally a more warm body person. Test it out and see if it works for you. I've definitely dealt with restless leg syndrome and poor circulation in the past, so that one is a good one for us. 16, you booze, you lose. Did you know that you actually get smarter while you sleep? One of the most valuable and overlooked aspects of sleep is a process called memory processing. This is basically where short-term memories and experiences get converted into long-term memories. Memory processing is predominantly affected by different stages of REM sleep. Studies have proven the good news about drinking alcohol late in the evening is that you do indeed fall asleep faster. But here's the bad news. The bad news is that REM sleep is significantly disrupted by alcohol being in your system. You won't be able to fall into deeper levels of sleep, and your brain and body won't be able to fully rejuvenate. This is why people generally don't feel that great after waking up from an alcohol-laced sleep. You already know this to be true. That's why the word hangover has become so popular in our vocabulary today. And of course, you've seen the movie The Hangover, right? That's just an extreme case of waking up not knowing what happened the night before because you screwed up your memory processing and possibly having a new tattoo on your face. Let's take that in for a second. If you want to be a champ at this rejuvenating sleep thing, consider having a booze curfew so that your body can have a couple hours to get it out of your system. Number 17, calm inner chatter. There is a great quote that says, "My bed is a magical place where I suddenly remember everything I was supposed to do." People hop into bed and then proceed to think about the when, where, who, why, what, and hows of their life, all while they're supposed to be sleeping. If this sounds familiar to you, then you have a serious issue with something we call inner chatter. But don't worry, there's a cure. What I'm going to share with you is not just a tool to help you improve your sleep. It's a powerful tool to help transform your life. The inner chatter you experience is a result of the stress and the untamed busyness of your day. Now, more than ever, with the constant flow of information coming at you, it's important to have a practice to help you eliminate that stress. The important practice is meditation. Meditation is like a tonic. A tonic is something that you can use every day, and the results continue to get better and better. The more you meditate, the more calm and presence you'll have in your day-to-day life. Now, when I say more, I'm talking about frequency, not a specific time requirement. Once you find the right meditation for yourself, you can almost instantly feel a sense of calm and presence by doing your practice throughout the day. I started off meditating for 30 to 45 minutes every morning for 3 years. Today I do more mini meditations, often 5 minutes or less. And I feel the same focus and peace that I felt those years when meditating for a half hour or more. How? Because the effects are cumulative, and the neuro association of my brain and body have made to closing my eyes and focusing on my breath instantly puts me in that calm space. Numerous studies show that meditation increases feel-good hormones and endorphins, lowers stress hormones like cortisol, and even reduces inflammation in our body. Now you can buy stuff that can give you similar experiences, but it'll probably cost you a lot of money, and you might get arrested too. If you don't have any good sources for meditation techniques, just ask me. I'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Here's a couple of the meditations you can try before bed. It's called Better Sleep Through Meditation, and there's a link, so you can check that out in the show notes. Number 18, supplementation. Fine, here you go. Ideally, you need to address the lifestyle issues first that are actually causing the sleep problem. If you just jump to taking drugs or supplements, then you'll just be treating a symptom and increase the likelihood that you'll develop a dependency on something that can harm you long term. I'm going to share with you just 3 of the more gentle to moderate natural sleep aids. Focus on the lifestyle stuff first. And if you want, you can respectfully add these things too. Number 1, chamomile, an excellent tea to have before bed, shown to calm muscles and the nervous system. Number 2, kava kava, the national drink of Fiji, has sedative properties and is commonly used to treat sleeplessness and fatigue. Number 3, valerian, moderate sedative, indicated for individuals that have a difficult time falling asleep and also promotes uninterrupted sleep. You will notice that I didn't include melatonin. This has become a very popular supplement, very popular as of late with all of our society's sleeping issues. Many experts agree that melatonin supplementation can be very effective for some people, but it can potentially down-regulate the ability of your body to produce its own melatonin. This is an actual hormone supplement. So unless you want the chance creating a dependency on this, I'd say avoid it and try other things first. Number 19, we're getting to the end, everyone. Number 19, thanks for hanging in there. Mr. and Mrs. Smith glasses. Okay, you want to stay up and go on wild adventures on YouTube. The other day I started off researching rehab exercises for knees and eventually ended up watching bloopers of the TV show The Office. You know how YouTube can be. Or maybe you want to take this sleep mastery to the extreme. Well, I've already given you a resource for eliminating the blue light from your computer screen. But what about the rest of the house? If you're a fanatic about this stuff and don't mind looking like someone from the future, then you can rock some of these glasses that block blue light and give everything a much safer, softer yellow tint. They are similar to the glasses that Brad and Angelina wear in the movies, Mr. and Mrs. Smith during an epic fight scene. If you get the cheap ones, then you won't look that cool. But hey, this is for science, not social points. Although, if someone comes into your house and sees you wearing them, you'll probably look like a baddie. A little weird, but still a baddie. Number 20, be early to rise. Ironically, one of the best things you can do to improve your sleep is to get up early. This goes back to the fact that humans have had certain patterns of sleep and wakefulness that we've only, within the last 100 years, found a way to override. By waking up early, you start the process of helping your endocrine system link up with the diurnal patterns of the earth. Get up when the sun rises. You might start off having a challenging time, but after less than a couple of weeks, your body will adapt to the pattern and have you feeling more rested and refreshed when you wake up. You can get out of the old pattern of being up at night, tired and wired of being early to rise and having a natural release of cortisol and going to bed earlier and taking advantage of the natural release of melatonin that we talked about above. A quote from one of my son's favorite books, the epic masterpiece, Winnie the Pooh. For early to bed and early to rise will make a bear happy and healthy besides. Number 21. Get grounded. We've talked about this before. Let's keep honing in on it. Number 21, get grounded. Since the beginning of time, humans had made more of a constant interaction with the earth. And only recently have we found ourselves more and more disconnected from it. New discoveries have shown that the earth itself is overflowing with free electrons, energy, that actually get transmitted to us when we come in contact with it. There are numerous studies showing radical reductions in inflammation and pain by getting people in contact with Earth's magnetic surface. Sounds pretty far-fetched, huh? Well, I wouldn't have believed it if the data wasn't so thick. For a comprehensive understanding, you can check out this book, Earthing, the most important health discovery ever. I even did a short video on it a few years back. Have you ever noticed that when you go to the beach or to the lake and you end up sleeping like a baby that night? Many people don't even make it off the beach before they end up knocked out in a deep sleep. That's me. That's definitely me. What the heck is going on? Well, it appears that the Earth's electromagnetic surface has the ability to sync with our body's internal clock. I really started to understand this when I realized that our bodies are actually running on electromagnetic energy. That's why heart monitors in the hospital beep. It's because of our electric output. Bottom line is, when it comes to improving your sleep, getting your body in contact with the Earth's electromagnetic field might just be the thing that changes the game for you. Using cool technology that brings the benefits of the Earth's energy into our home. I've been using an earthing mat under my desk and sleeping on earthing sheets for about 4 years. And I'll tell you what, whenever I travel, I bring my earthing sheets with me, and I always get a great night's sleep, just like I'm home. If you've enjoyed these tips, make sure to pick up the best-selling book, Sleep Smarter. I completely recommend Shawn Stevenson's, all of his books, Sleep Smarter, Eat Smarter. But check out Sleep Smarter for more of these amazing tips. He also said, I really hope that you got a lot of value out of these tips. And the action step for you is to just pick 1 or 2 of the tips above and apply them for the next 2 weeks. Notice if you feel more refreshed, better energy through the day, less pain, if any, and if you generally just feel better. If it works for you, then I'd love to hear about it. And this is something too, if you do try any of these tips, I would love to hear as well that they have helped you. Sleep is something we all hear from our loved ones. I'm sure you know of someone who just doesn't sleep well. Maybe they don't sleep long enough, or maybe during the day it's early afternoon and they have to take a nap. These tips can definitely help you, me, our loved ones, and so we can have that high quality sleep thanks to Shawn Stevenson's tips. Well, that concludes this week's article. Remember, better sleep isn't just a luxury, it is a game changer. Try out some of these tips and watch your energy and your focus and your mood take off. If you loved this week's episode of the Blue Jay Print Podcast, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a review and a comment too. We would really appreciate it. Share with a friend who may have no luck counting sheep. I am Blue Jay, and this is the Blue Jay Print Podcast. Now go into the world and soar like never before.